What's going on, everyone? It is that time of the week again. We are Outside the Box Live. Your
Hello.
weekend therapy session, however you want to call it.
Yes. The weekend therapy at no charge, right?
At no charge, exactly.
No charge.
Now, this week,
Cheaper than a bartender.
yeah, that's true. Now, for those wondering, Mike and Gina are not here today. Gina had surgery. Mike's taking care of her, and so they won't be here. What's up there? We got Matt. We got the brother crewman hanging with us.
Hey, what's up, brother?
So tomorrow is actually Easter.
Yep.
And so I thought to myself, what would be a good thing to talk about is Easter traditions.
Perfect.
Easter talk, what does everybody like to do? I know growing up with me, it was the what's up, Steph? How are you today? Happy Saturday.
Hello, Stephanie.
So, yeah, every Easter we would do the ham, the coleslaw, the kibasi. How you doing,
Yep.
Patty?
Hey, Patty.
What's going on today? How is everybody's now here, let me ask a question. If for those that do Holy Friday you're not supposed to eat meat, who still holds that tradition? Anybody still hold that tradition?
I'll be honest with you guys here. So, I mean, yeah, I try, as an adult, on my own. I still do try to sort of respect that tradition of, no meat on Good Friday, Holy Friday. I have broken tradition. I'll be honest. I am a sinner. I've definitely broken that tradition many times. I think I got pizza yesterday, so I think I'm in the clear.
And that's like I always try to. And yesterday I'm like, I got pizza, but I got the Philly cheesesteak pizza from Villa Pizza. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not trying to sound cute or anything. I don't want to offend anybody. I respect everybody, all of our.
I at least try to not eat on that Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, and 9 out of 10 I always forget.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, jokingly, maybe it's one of those things where you could say an extra Hail Mary or, something like that, to kind of make up for it, but
right.
I think at the end of the day, it all comes down to just kind of being a good person. How do you live your life? Are you, kind and, respectful to others? And if you're doing the right things, then keep on rocking and rolling,
Exactly. Now, today I had to go for blood work. So, and it's a blood work where you have to fast for. So, you can't eat for 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's rough.
I went down to the Saxon building down in Kingston, and I was like, I need food. So I went over to Tammy's Kitchen. Now, by that time, it was like 11:30. I got a cup of their tomato soup. What's up, Mark? How you doing?
Hey, Mark.
So I got a cup of tomato soup, which was amazing. And I got her cheeseburger, nice and cooked, nice and thick. They cut their own fries, which was amazing. So I'm going to give a quick shout out to Tammy's Kitchen. Thank you for great food again.
Nice. That really seems like a place that never misses, Jay. They have a nice menu, and it looks like it's a it's a good quality experience there. So I got to get down there, dude. One of these days we're gonna meet up there. You, me, Mrs. Crewman. We'll have a breakfast or something.
Oh yeah. Ugh. And it's what was it say? And I don't know her whole gist. I got to be closed tomorrow, but I guess she's doing a Easter thing for everybody. I have no idea. I don't know the whole thing, but yeah, Tammy, she's a nice lady. She really, really is. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing my normal, going over one of my sister's house for Easter. I cooked my ham tonight.
Nice.
So mine's done. Mine's that pre-cut spiral ham. I got it at Garrity's Hatfield ham.
Nice.
But
yeah, you got to have the ham on Easter, the kibasi.
Oh yeah.
Right. Those are part of the tradition in our area. It's the ham, the kibasi, and lots of side dishes in my family. Potatoes, broccoli casserole, etc., and so on.
I'm going to my older sister's house tomorrow, and they're having she has a big house. Everybody's going to be just going over there. Well, her in-laws, her mother-in-law is more Italian, so like they're going to have lasagna for the Italians, the ham and kibasi for the Polish, for our side, and anything you can eat in between.
Yep.
It's basically one of those. If you leave there hungry, it's your own fault.
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah, it's on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Bella's Gam in the house.
It's no, not this year. She is let's say for those who may not know, a couple of weeks ago she buried her dad. So her oldest sister, the oldest sister is they're all getting together and they're gonna do a family thing, which is nice.
Nice.
I wish we had a Golden Corral still near here.
Yeah. Man, I agree. Man, I remember we had a Golden Corral up in Dixon City.
Exactly.
And that was good because we had Old Country Buffet in Wilkes-Barre and one in Dixon City, which was always good. And then Golden Corral opened and, everybody kind of was like, oh, dude, this place is so much better. You got to go there. And it was great. And then they closed.
Yeah, I don't even know if anything's there now still.
It's like it was a Chinese buffet. It was a pretty good Chinese buffet for a couple of years in that same building. And now I think it's like AAA or something.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know.
But I remember once I went there years and years ago, me and my ex-wife went. We were still dating, and we went there for breakfast with another couple. And from what I remember, the breakfast was like you got anything and everything under the sun.
Yeah.
And the next thing you notice, they're gone.
Yeah, closed up shop, never came back.
So our tradition growing up all the time was the ham, the kibasi, the coleslaw, mashed potatoes. To throw out there to anybody who wants to answer, what's your traditions like, or do you just go with the flow?
I gotta say for Mark's comment, I mean, the family going out, and then nobody has to clean or do any of that prepping and cooking. That's a big deal, man. Just to give everybody a break, but you're still all together, spending time and breaking bread together. That's the way to go.
Oh yeah. What's up, Joey T? How you doing?
Hey, Joey.
So it's just a slow night tonight. In case you guys are wondering, you only see me and Fred. Gina had surgery, so she's recouping. Mike's helping her, taking care of her. So they won't be here this week. It's just us two. So anybody has any questions? Anybody If you want to be part of the show, let us know. We'll let you in. Want to hang out with us for all night? Or oh wait, what are we waiting for, Joe T? Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Gertrude hot peanut butter meltaways.
Yeah.
They're the ones that do me in.
How about the smidgens, huh? How about them smidgens? Oh,
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, that's the ones that the peanut butter smidgens, meltaway bar smidgens. Anything peanut
they're
butter with
good
Gertrude
too.
is a good thing.
Yes, sir. Joey, I'm trying to think. Charlie Brown's. So like okay, there was Golden Corral, and then it was a Chinese buffet. Now it's like a AAA. I think the old McDonald's in Dixon City is now an urgent care. And I know that only because like my dad used to take me to that McDonald's all the time because they had a big play area when I was a kid with the the slides and the ball pit and all that good stuff. And now it's an urgent care.
Oh, Steph let the cat out of the bag.
Oh yeah. I completely forgot. Tomorrow is my birthday. Yes.
So let's give Fred a big outside the box live happy birthday. Early happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know
Just
tomorrow another
just
day.
another day on the calendar, you know.
Yeah, boy, is he modest? Is he humble?
But I sure do appreciate it.
But no, last week, Matt joined us. Yeah, it was fun having Matt on. So Matt, you got to come on more often.
Matt had a great time.
Good, I'm glad.
Thank you so much for having us both on, Jay. It was awesome because he and I don't get many Saturday nights together. With work schedules and what they call adulting. Everybody's an adult. Everybody's got bills to pay and jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, he and I were together on a rare occasion last Saturday, and Jay was kind enough to have us both on, and appreciate it very much. We had a great time.
Jan said Fresno's is where Charlie Brown's used to be in Dixon City.
Man,
Yeah,
I miss Fresno's.
I've never been to Fresno's. Never been there when it was Fresno's.
I miss Fresno's, man. That was my first introduction to the sizzling fajita. Like when you go to a restaurant and they bring out the hot plate with the fajita meat and the vegetables, and it's sizzling and smoking, and everybody's like, "Whoa, look what they ordered, man!" Fresno's had a killer fajita.
It's so I did listen to your last video. Very good.
Oh, cool.
Watch your last
Thank
video.
You. Thank you, sir.
And to let Matt know, I've actually excuse me. I have uploaded all my videos. So my last video upload is August 15th.
Wow.
So I got videos going right into the end of August, middle August.
Man, we're gonna. He was putting the pressure on you last week too, because he is just patiently waiting for that new J drop every Friday, man.
It's I'm glad. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was a natural. Yeah, Matt did good.
Matt and I both have the gift of gab, So
normally I do too. Today, no, I'm not. Said I had to go for blood work this morning, so I was up early. Went to Tammy's, came home, crashed, got up, did my ham. Yeah, it's doesn't feel like Easter yet, but maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was outside before the show. I took Molly outside. I can't get over how nice it is outside. Speaking of where you are.
Man. My wife and I were sitting out on the front porch today. We haven't been able to do that and probably since like Halloween. I remember we had a very warm Halloween last year. It was like in the 70s or 80s. And I think that was the last time we like sat on the porch, nice breeze. Um, didn't need a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was comfortable. So it was very warm today. Like very it was like I think it was like what, almost 80 today?
I'm gonna say at least in the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
It was hot, dude.
To answer Bell's Grant, she's sleeping underneath my chair.
Oh.
Next door, my neighbor next door, her grandkids were over and they're little, so they like playing with Molly. So she was running for like half hour, running around with the kids, playing with the kids. I'm like,
oh,
go. You know,
she's all tired out now.
She's all tired out. Yeah.
Molly Dolly. Gee, I thought of another Easter tradition. I'm wondering if anybody in our chat celebrates the same thing. Not really celebrates, but every year, as far back as I could remember, for Easter, whether my grandma hosted us or my other grandma, or now it's my mom and dad do the cooking and everybody sort of enjoys their feast on Easter. But again, whether it was my grandma's or currently with my mom, we always have the butter sculpture in the shape of a lamb.
Okay, yeah, that's different.
The butter lamb, to butter your bread,
right. Just the dish.
Yes.
My mom had Christmas ones like for that stuff she used to bring out.
Yeah. Like an angel, a Christmas tree made of butter. Yeah. And it's funny because like in our family, someone has to grab the butter knife and destroy it. I mean, at some point somebody's got to slice into that thing and butter their, dinner roll, whatever it might be. And like nobody wants to do it because it's, somebody took the time or a machine took the time to make a lamb out of butter. So nobody wants to touch it.
Matt, yeah, there's a couple thrown in there. Mark, that was Aldo's pizza.
Oh yeah, Aldo's.
Venger, you stay safe out there. Venger's out in Texas, so they're prone to tornadoes.
Be safe, Venger. And Venger, I saw your comments from last week, dude. By the way, I will check out those projects. I think you recommended 2 artists for me to check out, so I caught that. I'm going to check them out. I appreciate it, man. Be safe. Yeah. So Jay, what did you think of Aldo's? Like, how did you like the vibe in there?
Well, I got there. It was about. I left. So it was right after work. So I left here after work. I went over there. So it was about maybe 5:36 by the time I got there, and I was the only one. Inside sitting, but they did a lot of takeout.
Yeah. Yep.
Joey, I got an answer. I got something for you to say. Tell them. So you're trying to think of a good reason to stay home tomorrow and not feeling it. There's your just tell them you don't feel good. You don't just tell me you don't feel good. You're staying home.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey. I've been there, man. Sometimes you're just not feeling it, especially if you're working all week and, you're just kind of drained and you're tired, if you're not feeling it, dude, you're not feeling it.
No.
They'll understand. Everybody will understand, it's.
No, it's just a GF and her sister. And she's like, if she didn't do it, if she didn't put up any Easter dinner, she would have been just fine with it. She's in that, leave me alone mode. Which I get it. I've been there. Believe me, I've been there. You lose your parents. Holidays are a drag.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say it's definitely amplified on the holidays. You know,
Oh,
that's truly. I mean, you miss loved ones that passed away every day. You know, no question about it. But yeah, there's something about those holidays. You know, it's nostalgia. You know, you're kind of thinking of all the good times, all the memories,
right.
all of it. So, you know, our thoughts and prayers are with her, man. I hope it's a good holiday for, you know, your family, for the GF's family. I hope everybody is, you know, doing okay.
Yeah, the only thing with my family going on is I found I had a blood clot in my leg. So working on that with meds.
Yeah.
So everybody else is good. Everybody else is good.
Yeah, man.
According to my computer, it's 70 degrees out there now.
Wow. And it's almost 9:30.
Yeah.
Gee, I remember a couple times it has snowed in April. we've
Yeah.
we've gotten snow in April, like late April.
When I was a kid, I remember, was it Easter? I want to say we got this massive snowstorm. Like, and years ago, well, I was only like, but I remember going outside and having snow up to in my backyard up to our porch roof. Like, I'm like piled that high. We've got some wicked snow. So we haven't got any wicked snowstorms like in years.
I know. I know, man. It's hilarious too because like just a couple years ago, my dad and I bought new snow blowers. Like he got a new one, I got a new one, and I just haven't had to use it because our winters have been kind of like yeah,
Low.
like we got a couple inches. You know, it's like we had some snow and it's been cold, but like we've had some blizzards up in our area. We haven't really seen that in a couple years. So
Oh,
I'm gonna knock on wood here. I'm okay with that, but you know,
yeah. Nowadays, I'm fine with that too. Mark was
yeah,
saying, and Mark, that was basically the same with in our family too. Growing up, we got our Easter basket. There was a chocolate Easter bunny. Um, there's always be a chocolate cross.
yeah,
A bunny rabbit. You know, you had jelly beans, which I was never a fan of jelly beans. I mean, I eat a couple of them, but I was never really a fan of jelly beans.
yeah. Did you ever by chance like you know the big jelly bean brand? I think it's Jelly Belly. Um, they have these like you know creative like variety packs, you know, and they're all
I
crazy
remember those.
flavors.
Yeah.
You know, and like on the back of the box, if there's like 20 different kinds of jelly beans in there, it tells you to like combine this one with that one to create this taste. You know, it gives you all these kind of little clues, you know, and you do it. And I'm not a big jelly bean fan either, man, but that's a fun marketing tactic, you know, for jelly beans. Like, hey, you know, take a red one, mix it with a blue one, and then take this marshmallow one. It's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I like
Joey
that.
puts nor'easters and blizzards were so much more common. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, agreed. Oh wow, Mark, holy crap, dude! Wow,
Wow, that's something.
that's a coincidence, right? Like the horse was Snow in April. That's a great name for a horse, man. Snow in April, so cool.
The
Oh yeah,
vomit.
yeah. Stephanie's right. They also have these like gag gift jelly bean sets where like the flavors are purposefully disgusting. Like one is called like sardine. It tastes like
Ew.
sardines. And then they have one that's called like boogers and then they have vomit, you know, and they're awful. They're
And you know
terrible.
what? When I was a kid, I loved on around Easter time, which I didn't see it on. I didn't see it if it was going to be on TV this year. The Easter shows. Like the Easter Bunny's Coming to Town. That was my favorite, I think, when I was growing up.
Yeah. Is there a Charlie Brown Easter? I know there's, Charlie Brown Christmas, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Is there a Charlie Brown Easter?
I don't
I can't
know.
remember.
I cannot remember. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
You
I
know
know, the Ten Commandments. Like I know last week we were talking, that's always on Ten Commandments. Right. What else?
For Christmas time, it's again, I can't remember it. But the guy wishes he was never born. Oh God, come on.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. I can never remember that anymore, probably because I'm getting old. Let's see. Charlie Brown.
Yeah, Charlie Brown Easter. Venger has a good question here. What is your favorite Easter movie? Oh man, I'm stumped. I don't know, dude.
It's called It's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown.
So yeah. Okay. I see Bella's Gam put that in the chat. The Easter Beagle. Okay. Gotcha.
To answer, I'm gonna have to say, Venger, my favorite was the Easter Bunny's Coming to Town. That was my favorite when I was a kid.
Easter. I don't know. I don't know that I could even answer that. I don't think I can't think of any. I'm gonna have to do some Googling.
Some soul searching.
Yes.
But
Easter movies. Well, I remember when The Passion of the Christ came out.
With who played in that?
It was Jim Caviezel as Jesus, and directed by Mel Gibson. It was a Mel Gibson, moment. And my dad and I went to see that in the theaters, and man, you could hear a pin drop in that theater, man. I mean, that was an intense movie.
Jim Caviezel. The only other movie I ever see him played in was Frequency with Dennis Quaid. And that was a good movie.
Did you ever see The Count of Monte Cristo?
No. I've heard of it, I know of it, but I never got to see it.
It's been remade a couple times. Like there's probably a version from the 60s. The one I'm talking about was Jim Caviezel as Edmond Dantes. It's based on a book, like a very old book, but probably came out in like 2005-ish. It's a great movie, great action, betrayal and revenge kind of movie. I thought it was great.
Sounds interesting, but for some reason I just never got to see it.
It's a good one, dude. I'm telling you, it's awesome. I love that movie.
And just a hop. Is that a movie?
Mark saw the Pirates play today. Got a bobblehead. That's awesome.
Nice. It was beautiful today. It was so nice out today. It wasn't funny. It stormed, I think, for like maybe an hour.
Yeah.
That, and then it was gone.
Yeah, it came down pretty heavy. And then the sun came out. One of those.
I crashed out for a little bit. I wake up, I'm hearing it rain. I'm like, is that rain? The next thing turn around, it's gone.
Yeah. It was a quick mover. Yeah. So, Mark, my brother and I were out in Pittsburgh. We've been out there a couple times, but love Pittsburgh. Love, it's a long drive for us. Like in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, it's several hours to get out there.
Oh yeah,
But
it's not.
yeah,
Not
it's a long ride, But every time we've been in Pittsburgh, we just enjoyed ourselves so much. It was great. He and I saw a Pirates game years ago. Forget who we saw them play, but great stadium. Really just love being there and the views of the city. In the outfield at the Pirate Stadium. It's fantastic. It was awesome.
I've never been out that way, but I've been to and so I've been to the stadiums there, and
Yeah.
they're pretty interesting actually going to see a game there instead of watching on TV.
Oh yeah, it's a totally different kind of vibe. Totally different experience.
I remember, again, it's been years and years, but it's out some part of the, I forget which when, but the Philly Fanatic came out and had his looks like a big gun. He was shooting stuff out. He was shooting whatever was in the thing he shoots out of people. But
yeah,
it was
t-shirts and hot dogs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was t-shirt, probably t-shirts.
We got Susan in the house. Susan had her Easter dinner today. Right.
Go.
Okay, today we had ham.
Ham, mashed potatoes, green beans, pasta, bread, applesauce. Tomorrow, prayer of a small repeat. I hope you and Bob are doing good, Susan.
Absolutely.
Really?
Happy Easter to Susan and Bob.
Happy Easter, all you guys. Today's just a low-key show. But we want to thank everyone for who's the 12 that are hanging with us. We appreciate y'all. And I just put up on my channel. I just put up, what video was it? Oh, come on. Was it it was All Those Pizzeria. That's right. All Those Pizzeria. Check that video out. Check out the Sick Myth channel.
Thank you, guys. I'll have a new video up soon. I was working on it today for several hours. So if anybody out there is anxiously awaiting my latest video, should be up within the next day or two. Putting the finishing touches on it, just editing and getting it right, getting all my facts straight. So
hello to the people that are watching
tuned.
From the Sick Myth channel. We appreciate it. From my channel, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Great to be here with everybody. Just kind of
hanging.
Just hanging, shooting the breeze, It's all good.
Yeah, today was a nice day, but for me today was a slow day. It just hurry up, crewman.
Hey, I'm working on it, sir.
Susan, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Wishing you good health, Susan. Hang in there.
I know with me, I'm on now the Flexerol. And I'm still it's working. Tell you God, it's working. And but it's still, I'm not, I don't feel 100% me. 2 weeks ago, it felt like a Charlie horse was cramping in my calf and it just would not let go. It was painful for days.
Man,
being on the Flexerol, it has tamed that down, which is I'm glad for, because that I wouldn't wish that pain on anybody. But now it's just I don't. I feel off for some reason. I don't know. No, I don't know. I never got there yet. I got to get there. Definitely. What's my next place to try? That's a real good question. It's a real good question. Now,
I'm sure we could recommend a couple places. Oh yeah, yeah, Bella's Gam. That's an awesome idea. I will jot that down for sure. Let me get my pen. I don't want to forget that one. I like that idea. Um, really quick, when I was a college student studying marketing, basically, um, we did some work for the West Pittston pool, kind of like student labor. It didn't cost them anything. We did some flyers and brochures and kind of advertising like the West Pittston pool. So um, I do have a little bit of experience with that. So yeah, that'd be awesome. I think about
That's
the Pittston pool. My dad used to take me there as a kid, and up in Pittston. I think they closed that one a bit ago.
There
So
used
you
to
got
be
me
in
thinking.
Wilkes-Barre, the Aquadome in Wilkes-Barre in East End.
There you go.
Oh, but Steph, next videos come up is from Sicilian Bella Festa. I got one of their cheesesteaks.
Nice.
So that's the next one coming up next Friday. It's Friday. Like I said, I got videos lined up for until like the mid-August. 20 years ago, my wife gave me the greatest present. Nice, Mark. Yeah, I just mentioned the Aquadome.
Yeah. I remember hearing about it. I remember certainly hearing about the Aquadome, like for sure. I can't say that I was ever there.
When I lived in
When did
East
they?
End, and I'm going back like before I started working at Burger King, like when I was a kid, we'd always like for me to walk from my house to the Aquadome was like maybe 15 minutes, if that. And gift card giveaway. Why don't I give another gift card giveaway? That's a good question because I haven't probably thought of it in a while. No, I have not gotten a Shogun.
Oh yeah.
Hi Gina, how you feeling? I know you're in pain. I saw your post, and look on your face just said it all. But I hope you're recouping as good as you can do.
Yeah, Gina. Feel better, Gina. The show is not the same without you and Marshall Mikey. So please get well and come on back when you guys are feeling good. But yeah, man, get well, please. Wishing you good health.
Yeah, Joey, they got. Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, go. No, you're cool, Jay. I'm gonna put this in the chat. You're good.
I was gonna say the Aquadome. I don't remember. The dome was before my time, but they did have a dome like before my time. But it was always good for as your kid. You run down to the Aquadome, you go swimming for the day. Literally 15-minute walk from my house. I've been a Shogun there, I think years ago. I've only been there once.
It is a good place.
A good idea.
Anyway, yeah, like with Aquadome, I pulled up a quick article here and I'm reading about it. So it sounds like maybe they closed it in the 80s. Could have been like sometime in the 80s. They might have shut down the Aquadome just a little before my time.
So I grew up in Kansas. I used to go there all the time. So
was it indoor, Jay? Like was it like an indoor kind of deal?
No, it was outside.
No, it was outside.
Eating pizza, loving chicken wing pizza. I've been to Pizza Lovin' many times. I've had their bacon on their pizza. I cannot say I ever had their chicken wing pizza. I've had their chicken wings, but not their chicken wing pizza.
Here I got one for for Joey T and for you, Jay. So if you guys are looking for a good like Sicilian chicken wing pizza, so a pan fried Sicilian pie with well, not a pie, a square.
Right.
I already said too much. Anyway, Chandra's Pizza in Pittston has a always had a killer chicken wing.
Where's that at, Chandra? Where's that at? I don't remember that.
All right, so right before you come into Pittston, like where the do you know where the Red Mill Tavern is? The Red Mill.
Yes.
Okay. So whatever that is there. Yeah, if it's like North Main, South Main, whatever, kind of Main Street, coming from Plains into Pittston. Chandra's is just this tiny kind of building, like set back on the right-hand side. Like if you drive past it too fast, you're going to miss it. But there's a sign and everything, Chandra's Pizza. And then just a little further up, as you're going toward Pittston, is like the Red Mill and the Jack Williams Tire and all that,
right,
the Turkey Hill and all that kind of stuff. So it's right before, like, yeah.
Yeah, I've never noticed it. I go past there all the time. I've never noticed.
Kind of probably a hidden gem, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Now, I've been. Oh, in case she's watching, Lynn, nice seeing you today. When I went to Tammy's, there was this. Yeah, I've never seen the dome over there. The dome was before my time, that I can remember anyway. But yeah, when I was over at Tammy's today, this lady turns over. She's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hi," not realizing who it was. It was my friend Lynn from years back from high school. So Lynn, I hope you're watching, and it was nice seeing you today. It's
yeah, Joey makes a good point. Chandra's very good, but yeah, they're like literally only open like 2 days a week. They have very, very limited hours, but if you could get there when they're open, place an order, you won't be disappointed. It's good pizza, especially the chicken wing. Among many others. I mean, we're just so spoiled in this area, dude. There's so much good food. It's, impossible to say, oh, that's my favorite or something. It's just impossible.
Yeah, Mark, you know what? My parents were one of the most loving parents in the world. But if I really screwed up, I got cracked in the ass once. And let me tell you, never did it again. Nope. Nowadays, people are like, no, you can't hit my kid. And no, I don't. That's abuse. In my opinion, crack on the ass is not abuse. Makes them, I mean, hey, and I forget what I did. I was maybe, crap. I went down to, I decided to it was a Sunday. I decided to take a walk down to, not the Aquadome, but where now the Penguins have their the ice skating rink.
They're like practice rink. Yeah.
Back in the day, they had regular ice skating. People ice skate. And, excuse me, I went down there. I decided to take a walk down there. Cool. Yeah, Chance. Thank. Cool. It's what's my train of thought? So I decided to take, because they had this game called the Black Knight. It was a pinball game. It was one of the first double decker or like pinball machines. So I took a walk down, and I lost track of time. Well, apparently my mom was going nuts, like screaming, like, "What, Jay said." So my sister took a walk down and found me, and man, I got it when I got home. Why were you down there? What? Yeah, and not so much I got cracked, like, because I made my mom like so nuts.
Yeah, upset. Yeah.
It's
But Jay, like with a story like that, like try to explain to a parent, well, you don't understand. They got this double-decker pinball machine that I had to, and I got carried away. They
Oh,
wouldn't understand.
oh wow, Jance, that's all you say is
Like,
damn. Yeah, let me see if I can get this over on my
it's all about respect, right?
oh
Just
yeah,
you
it is.
gotta you every kid goes through that, rebellious phase, right? I mean, we've all been there, but it's amazing how much you appreciate what your mom and dad, did for you, and tried to get through to you, when you were at an age where you just couldn't understand. You don't
You
realize these
thought,
things until later.
yeah, you thought that you knew the world and you knew how to do it and you knew what you were going to do, and yeah,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
you think to
It's a
yourself, "Oh, I know, I'm gonna like get away with it. I'm gonna do this." They did it to like we didn't realize that they did it already. They knew it.
Yep.
Let's see why did it go through.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um,
So on that note, we have, Mother's Day and Father's Day coming up after Easter, right? Those are kind of like the next, little holidays
Before Memorial
celebrated. Then
Day.
yep, Memorial Day in May. Then we move into July 4th, and everybody enjoys their summer.
The
I'm not
next thing
going
you
to
know,
rush
it's
things. We
winter
could,
already.
yep. Yeah, then the leaves start changing colors again, and then it's winter, and then we're right back where we started. It's just a loop.
Oh, just to let everybody know, opening this up. The other day, I ran into FP.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How's he doing? What's new and exciting with Mr. FP?
Um, not too much. He asked me. I was going to the store to buy my ham, and he's like, "Hey, you going to the store?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going. Come on, if you want to go." And so yeah, I hung out with FP for a little bit.
Nice.
Went down to the grocery store.
Nice.
So yeah,
Very cool.
it was he was making. Oh, it was Friday. It was Friday, and he was making piggies or not piggies, pierogies. He was doing pierogies for him and his kids. It was pierogi night at the FP house.
Pierogi night.
Yeah, yeah, he's doing pretty good from what I guess he's doing pretty good.
Nice. Yeah. Tell him we all say hey if you catch FP again anytime soon. Tell him the other FP says hello.
Oh yeah, I will.
Yep.
I want to.
Yeah.
I'm actually downloading it now. Grab it. Come on. My computer is like being laggy today for some reason. I don't know why. But in a minute, I want to show you what Jancy just sent me of what the Aquadome looked like.
Is it a blast from the past?
It's a blast
Courtesy
from the
of
past.
Jance.
So yeah,
Nice.
I mean, I grew up in East End, and I do not remember the dome. Waiting for the picture to open.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some reading on that, on the Aquadome. Like I said, I mean, just growing up in this area, I've definitely heard about it. I think it was just like a little before maybe I would have been able to, to get up there. But I do remember, Top Dog. I remember, well, no, Rocky Glen was before my time too. I've heard all about it though.
Rocky Glen. I loved Rocky Glen. So it's
Man,
the
I
other
wish I
Mark.
coulda.
We got the 2 Marks today.
Oh, hello, Mark. Hello. Happy Saturday, and hope you have a good Easter. Hope you're doing well.
All right, let's see. This is when the Aquadome had a covering.
Whoa. And that was where, like right off of Cole Street, like where the Penguins practice today.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks. I've never seen the dome on it. That's what it looked like, everyone.
Yeah.
Blast from the past.
That's a heck of a good picture too. Good. You can really see the lighting in it. That's awesome, dude.
And if you look down here, you can catch in the clear water the lines.
Yep.
From the top. Yeah, that's a nice
all the
picture.
Reflections, yeah. Man. So is that considered Wilkes-Barre? Is that the township, or is that?
No, that's still considered Wilkes-Barre.
Wilkes-Barre, okay. Yeah, because like Jancy was saying, he's been looking for more info on the Aquadome. There's not much out there. Like, I don't know, man. Might have to go down to the Historical Society if they have any record or any photos of it. They should. Maybe.
Pumpkin Puss and Always Gwen. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Instagram. Appreciate it.
Hey, guys.
Hang out from Instagram. So, yeah, normally I would cook during the Easter day, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to cook to get everything done tonight. Got my ham in, got it done.
Nice. So you got the ham covered. Would you say you guys will have kibasi and then kind of like a Italian hybrid with your Easter food? So you'll kind of have like the lasagna, some of the Italian stuff.
My sister's mother-in-law is making the lasagna. She'll bring the lasagna and whatever else she brings. But then for the Polish side, my sister's doing the ham kibasi, all the trimmings that go with it. So, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds like you'll be eating good tomorrow. So that's awesome.
I know. No, Mark G. We haven't had any Bigfoot sightings lately at all, really, as I can remember.
Yeah. Not to my knowledge either. Yeah. I'm not sure there. For like future videos that I'm working on, I did want to do a segment kind of like I did with the, coal mining accidents, on any UFO sightings in, the Wyoming Valley and Northeast PA. I know there's been a couple, there's like the Carbondale UFO incident. I think that happened in, I don't know, maybe the 50s or 60s. I could be wrong. Couple other things here and there, so I might do a deep dive into
That'd be
ufology. We'll see where the road takes me.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Jay, we got to get you to Knoebels for that food excursion.
Oh yeah, I want to go. I keep vowing every year I'm going to go to Knoebels, and it never happens. This year I got to get to Knoebels. I have to get to Knoebels.
Yep.
Because last time I was there was like probably in 2013. So I know different stuff has come in and change has happened since I've been there. So I definitely want to go check it out. Haunted houses. Yeah, there's one. The Smurl house is, well, it was the Smurl. It's not the Smurl house anymore. But that's literally a couple blocks from me here in West Pittston.
Yep.
That made national TV. So they made a movie over that, about that.
Yep. Yeah, there's a couple, what I would consider haunted houses, and honestly, there's some, well, a lot of houses in our area that look like they're probably haunted. It's just an assumption, but there's another one in Wilkes-Barre too. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna just have to Google it really quick. But for Mark G, I'm gonna find this for you. You check this one out. Haunted house. I know what street it's on because I drove past it before looking for it. Looking for trouble, The Wells House. Wells.
That's
Wells
another
House.
one. Pete's hanging with us on Facebook, and we got 24 views already there on Facebook. So guys from Facebook, thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
I really appreciate it. All you guys from whichever you're hitting us from, thank you.
Oh, Jancy knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, Jancy. So you grew up in that neighborhood on that street. Wow, dude. Is it true?
That's Joey. That's yeah. It's really if that was really coincidental, let me tell you. VCR ate it. Yeah, I call that. I put that under the creepy category. Big time. Big time. So for all of you that are just joining us, happy Easter. Hope you all have a happy Easter tomorrow. I know I'm going to be. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, definitely. You enjoy, Jay. Enjoy all that good food. It sounds like a good assortment of things. You got some of the Italian food. You got the traditional Polish Easter stuff. Yeah, you got the Polish stuff. So that's a nice assortment. You'll sleep good tomorrow after all that good food. You'll go right to bed.
Yeah, right. Tell me about it. Ed and Lorraine, one famous ghost hunter at the Wells house. Oh, that's. I want to do something this year. And who knows when we'll be able to pull it off. Farmhouse that mine. Damn, I probably would sleep in the car too. I'd be like, hell with this. I want to get back into cemeteries and going back to the cemeteries and stuff. I miss doing that. Because this might sound weird to some people, but I mean, the last place you're going to get hurt really is in a cemetery. And it's so calm and peaceful. Well, most of them anyway, that it's just relaxing.
Very, very quiet. That's for sure. Just dropping something in our chat here for the other Mark to check out. Just want to fact check myself before I send you on the wrong track here, dude. So just give me a sec.
What's up, Bill? How you doing? See, we're making lamb chops. Lamb chops. They sound good. Yeah, for some reason on Easter I always just kept with the family tradition I never really steered from it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. Easter is kind of just one of those holidays where, why fix what isn't broken, right? Like,
Exactly.
it's kind of just fine the way it is, like the food, the ham, the kibasi, maybe a little Italian thrown in there, kind
We
of.
had and like New Year's Day, we always had a tradition. You always ate pork and sauerkraut. It's supposed to bring good vibes in for the new year. And
Yep.
I always do that. Where's there she is. But
Yep.
yeah,
We do the same every year. New Year's Day, my grandma would send us a care package of pork and sauerkraut, and I believe my mom and dad will make that New Year's Day. It's just tradition. You gotta keep those traditions alive. It's a little bit of nostalgia. It's maybe good luck, a little superstition, but it's just part of tradition. So
then after you ate all the pork chops, you do up some hot dogs, and there you go, dogs and kraut.
Oh yeah.
When I used to do my sauerkraut, I'd always put brown sugar in it, so that it would give the sauerkraut a more sweeter than a sweet taste and a sour taste.
Right.
Wow, we have one big one here near me. Me and FP hit it up a couple of years ago, and Jansen sent me a picture of the Wells house. Ooh.
There's so much history in this state, man. Like Jay was saying, yeah, we have some very old tombstones and landmarks in this area. You could find yourself in a cemetery paying your respects to a loved one or something, and oh my goodness, there's someone who fought in the Civil War, or here's someone who fought in the American Revolution. It's just incredible. Let's see what you got here.
I just sent what Jan sent to me, the Wells house.
Oh, wow. Yep. There she is. Yeah.
Fly guy is in the house.
The fly guy.
Fly guy. It's yeah, I'm sorry, dude. My day's off today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm like not all there. I don't know why. But yeah, we're still kicking it.
Yeah, Jay. If you need a break, man, if you need some time just to unwind and stuff, we can. 10:30 is cool if you want to go to 10:30 ish.
10:30. Yeah, we'll go to 10:30.
Okay.
So if anybody has any Easter stories that you want to tell us, feel free to tell it in the chat.
Yep.
Mine, going back that I could remember, we'd always, have my dad would always go, well, by that time, my grandparents on my father's side were all gone. We're passed on. But on my mom's side, my grandmother, grandfather, were still alive. So my dad would always go down, pick up my grandparents, bring them up for Easter dinner, take them back home. Well, they'd literally eat with us every Sunday. My dad always made sure my grandparents came up to eat with us on Sundays. And then when my grandfather died, we went down and got my grandmother. So one thing my dad was all about was family. That was his thing. It's said every holiday, because my grandparents on my mom's side never drove. They didn't have a car. They never got their license. So my dad always made sure he went down, picked them up, brought them home. And then when we took them home at night, like we'd all go and we'd hang out. We'd hang out at my grandma's house for like a half hour. So then we'd come back home and go to bed, go to school for Monday. But it's definitely the old school remedies worked pretty better than than the new stuff today. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, you know, Jay, always keep those memories close to you, man. You
Oh,
know,
all the time.
I'm sure they're looking down on you. They're proud of you. You know, and yeah, I mean, it's tough when
Or they're looking
you
down,
know
going,
what.
Jesus. They're going, Jesus. What the hell do we do? What the hell do we do?
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're
No, I'm
wishing they were here
still
with
here.
you. But they're with you in spirit. And
Oh,
you'll keep those memories close always. You know. That's what it's all about, man. It's just, the holidays, they're tough, when especially when you start thinking of, some of the empty seats at the table,
oh yeah. I mean, I know holidays are bad when you lose somebody, like just like say during the summertime. But when you lose someone, like I said, we lost my dad uh 5 days before Christmas. It was like right almost there. And I think when someone passes away like around holiday, it just makes it that much tougher. Not that it isn't tough regardless, but
Yeah.
so we literally buried my dad on Christmas Eve morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a,
Oh, Mike,
that's a
we
tough
did
one.
we did talk about you did talk. I remember you telling us about that. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Mikey did share that with it. Yeah. Mike, that's crazy, dude. That is a crazy story, but not unimaginable
No,
because crazy things happen in this
yeah.
world, man. So,
I think a
man,
lot of us are geared though to like we're good like we're here, it's here. If we can't see it, it's not there or something like to that effect. A lot of us are geared that way to like, there's no once you're dead, you're
there's
dead.
no, yeah. Yeah, it's just that curiosity factor. There's
Oh
just so
yeah,
many things that we wish we could know that, maybe we're just not meant to know. And
exactly.
that's hard because, it's just part of being a human. It's like, what is the greater meaning? Why can't I know the answer to all my questions? But
Right.
every day, man, you just, whatever you're doing in life, if you're, cutting grass, if you're performing surgery on someone, just be the best version of yourself, do it well and just be respectful,
I know.
be a good person. That's what it boils down to.
Like I've had paranormal experiences even when I was a kid, not realizing what they were, just thought, okay, I've had a dream or something. And but I think there's some things like we're not supposed to know, like you were saying about the afterlife. Like what is
Yeah.
we're put on this earth to live our lives. Whatever we do, we do.
Right.
What's that next plateau though? Like what is the purpose of like the afterlife? Like
Right.
what is it for?
And it's like, will we be reunited with people that we miss and we love and we haven't seen,
Ooh,
what happens next? We all
that was
want that answer. It's difficult.
and on earth our purpose is to live. Wow, Mark, that's wow. Um, yeah, they are
Yeah.
just trying to find out the answers to those, trying to find the answers. That's the tough part sometimes, because I don't
Yep.
think like I don't we're not meant to know what's happening in the afterlife or what the purpose of the afterlife is. Is it now we call it the afterlife here? Is it like just the next level of being? Like, and I always thought, and I still want to believe that when you die, you're reunited with your family on the other side. I've had a couple paranormal experiences that say they do, but it's not how we thought. Um, and I that's really all I was able to get out of it. it's like, I guess once we cross that, into the next life, there's another, like our mission here is to live. Their mission on the other side is something probably totally different, because I don't know. But I think we do get reunited with our family. But I also think there's another purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Wouldn't it also be nice to be reunited with pets that you've lost? Wouldn't that just be phenomenal?
I hope so. Said I had a kind of a dream premonition about Goldie before I actually thought of getting Molly, and I had that dream where I'll remember till the day I die. Goldie appears, like she would always sit on my rocker, and when she disappeared, this letter came out of nowhere, and I read it. I'm like, it says, I know you're really sad, but no, I'm okay. Then I woke up, and it's things happen for certain reasons, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes, those subtle, mysterious, unexplainable things, it's like the universe's way of telling you, like, go down this path, or
Right.
um,
Susan, what do you mean by out? Out. Someone looked it up. I'm kind of lost there on that one for a minute. Joey, am I afraid to die? No. Not.
Nor am I. Not afraid.
When I was living back,
it's inevitable.
When I was still married in my old house in Exeter, I had an out of body experience, which I saw the earth in front of me and a glowy thing to my right. I didn't see any spirits or anybody. I just saw that. Then, like, within like 2 minutes, I woke up. I'm like, holy crap! What? Just like trying to catch my breath. So did I have an out of body? It felt like it. It really felt like it. Like, I knew all my senses. I'm looking down. I'm like, well, there's the earth. I knew where I was. I knew what was going on. Then I just woke up.
Yeah. I've had some crazy dreams lately, like super. Like, I had a dream 2 nights ago. Like, actually, it was my wife will agree with this. Like, it's hard to get me out of bed in the morning. I mean, I'm really not a morning person, but my job requires me to be. So I've become a morning person. But there's just some days where you can't get out of bed, and I had that day yesterday, but it's because I had such a crazy dream the night before. I was like on a beach, swimming in the ocean, which is not something. I mean, I've been to the beach and I've been swimming in the ocean before, but it's kind of a fear of mine. Like, the ocean is so enormous and so powerful. There's like this
The undertow
fear,
sucked you right away.
Yeah, I mean, I could. It's amazing. Like, every time I've gone to the beach with my wife, she's in there swimming. The waves are crashing and stuff, and like, I get my feet in the water, and then I just kind of freeze. Like, I can't. I've gotten better with that over the years, but like, lo and behold, this dream I have the other day. Like, I'm not someone who really like swims in the ocean regularly, and here I am in this dream, like a fish in the water, basically, like swimming and just having a ball. So,
Joey, I'll tell you what. If you want to do it, let me know. We'll bring you on. We'll link you in, and you could tell us your whole stories.
Yeah, man.
I love to dream. My only problem is that I don't sleep long enough to dream. I can't sleep steady anymore. But I love to dream. I used to love to dream anyway.
Some dreams are fantastic. I mean, I've connected with deceased relatives in dreams. They like.
Oh my, yeah. I mean,
Honest to God, yeah.
And some dreams could be scary as hell.
Yeah, some are very, very, and some are just plain like WTF. Like you wake up in the morning and you're just like, huh? What? What on earth? Like what? And
What the
then
hell?
all day, I mean, yeah, like what the hell? And then all day it's just like, man, what a crazy dream. That really messed me up. Like I'm messed up now all day. It's
Well,
it's nuts, dude.
this is the kind of now before I got married, me and my mom had an apartment over my sister's old house. So the funny thing is, my mom would pray to my dad and ask like questions, and the next day I'd wake up, I'm like, Mom, I had this weird dream. She's like, well, what is it? I'm like, well, this. She's like, you just answered my question. I'm like, question of what? Like literally, I would get the answers to these dreams to her answer to her question in my dream. That used to happen all the time, and I'd be like, what the hell?
Yep.
After long story short, after my dad died, my mom had to go back to work because she was a stay-at-home mom. My dad didn't want her to work, so she had to go back to work. So she was she was working up at John Hines as the switchboard, like the phone operator, and
Sure.
she there was a security guard named everybody called him Hank, and he just a couple years earlier he lost his wife, so they started going out on dates and everything, and my mom would pray to my dad, do you approve of, are you okay if I see somebody? Like almost she was like kind of killing herself for seeing somebody else. Thought she was cheating on my dad. Well, one night I had this really weird dream. I get up in the morning, I come walking out of my room, and my mom always would fall asleep in the middle room with the TV on. So I come out, I'm like, Mom. She's like, what's my? I said, Mom, I just had this really weird dream, and she's like, well, let me wake up for a minute, let me like get my bearings together. So I'm like, she goes, what happened? I said, so back in the day in East End, there was this place called the R Bar. Okay. And then it became Shooters Pub. Well, my dad used to go there all the time before he died. That was like the corner bar. Everybody hung out. It was your local dive bar, but you had a good time. And so in my dream, basically to kind of describe it, like my dad came down from heaven. He had like a 1 day free pass kind of, and he looked like himself. And we're walking into the R Bar, but it looked like more like a fancy restaurant, not like the dive bar it is. And we come walking in, and sitting at a table was my mom and Hank. And Hank they stand up, and my dad basically does, reaches his hand out, and him and Hank shook hands, and then I woke up. I'm going to my mom. I'm like, that was the weirdest dream I ever had. Like,
Wow.
like, then she goes,
that's heavy.
Then she goes, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, no, like, why would I? And she goes, Jason, she goes, I've been praying to your father if he approves of me seeing Hank. There's the answer. He walked in, he shook his hand, so basically saying, I'm okay with it. And
and Jay, like what if you just had that dream and just carried on with your day, but instead you decided, hey Mom, like I just had this crazy dream, and sure enough that was like an answer that she had been
looking for,
questioning. I mean, it's just that's the power of this thing we call life, man. It's crazy. It really is. It's the craziest thing.
And there was other things too that were weird. And so in an earlier dream, now we didn't know Hank yet. So I had another dream where everybody had a free pass to come down, and had one like a whole big family, whether it was Easter, Thanksgiving, whatever. And I have an older brother. He died when he was like 1. So I never knew him, but I had an older brother. His name is Steven. Steve after my dad. And so in my dream, everybody comes down, we have this whole get together, and I'm hanging out with my brother, but I didn't call him Steven, I called him Hank. No clue didn't know where Hank came from because I never met Hank yet. So I'm like, so the next I get up, I'm like, hey mom, I said I had this weird dream. I said, everybody got a free pass to come down and we all had dinner together. And then at the end they had to go back to where they came from. I said, and she goes, okay. I'm like, well, here's the weird part. I was playing with my brother. She's like, okay. I'm like, but nobody called him Steven. They called him Hank. My mom looks at me, she goes, Hank. I'm like, oh, they called him Hank.
Yeah.
That's weird. So, okay. So, blah, blah goes on. Months later, now my mom wakes me up. She goes, I just had one of those dreams type thing. I'm like, okay. She goes, remember you had a dream about your brother being called Hank? I'm like, yeah. When my mom would have a dream about one specific relative, and I think it was her great aunt, I can't remember, but whenever she had a dream, and she didn't dream about her other one, when she did, something was going to happen. It always did. So she's like, my great aunt, whoever the person, I forget. Sorry, Ma, I can't remember. Hands my mom a box, like a regular, like small box. She opens the box, and remember back in the old days when they had the belt buckles, like you would put on your belt. It's like you could change your buckle. Well, my mom opens up the box, and there's a belt buckle, and it says Hank on the belt buckle.
Wow.
So she's like, what the hell? Like, what's...
Yeah. Who is this Hank? Yeah, like, right. What is this?
Yeah. The next part was when, now my mom's working she's at John Hines working as a phone operator. And the switchboard was in the same office as like the security guard. Mm-hmm. Well, there was a new security guard that started. And his name was Henry. So the people introduced my mom to Henry, and he goes, so Henry goes to my mom and he goes, well, they call me Hank.
Man, unreal.
And my mom told me that when she came home, because I would pick her up from work. She's like, remember the Hank thing? I'm like, yeah, I can't. She goes, we met a new security guard. I met the new security guard today. Okay, let me guess, his name is Hank. No, his name's Henry, but that's what they call him. That's his nickname. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Almost like, she goes, Jason, what does this mean? I'm like, and I always thought to myself, well, maybe up in heaven or the afterlife, however you want to call it, my dad and his wife kind of finagled, however you want to call it, to get them together to meet.
Right. Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised. No, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Man, that is, God, I mean, you could almost turn that into a movie, Jay. Like that's how incredible that is, man. That's crazy.
Mark, that's good advice. And that's, yeah.
But it's like even, with the dreams, and, they don't just come right out and tell us something. I mean, it's very cryptic, right? Like, you're receiving this name in a dream. You have no idea who this person is, this Hank,
Yeah, why would I call my brother Hank? Like, it wasn't right. Like, where the hell does Hank come from?
Exactly. Only to find out, later on, during a difficult time that
my mom meets this guy named Henry who's known as Hank. Yeah.
And you put all the pieces together. Yeah, man, that one, that is amazing.
Yeah, it was. And one thing, Hank, he really nice guy. He was a very nice guy. He died before my mom did the same thing. He got dementia, and he passed away. And so I always wondered. I always wondered. Like now, they say you're supposed to meet your loved ones when you pass on. Now, Hank and my mom had some type of relationship, okay, but now in the afterlife, who came first? Was it my father, or was it Hank, or was Hank with his wife? Like, these questions like always just kind of came up. Curious, like, what did you see Hank again just to say hi? And did you meet his wife? And did but like, you don't know. And that's, yeah, Joey, I think it's all connected too. There's more to this world than what you can physically see or touch. I'm really a believer of that.
Yeah. And that right there is the kind of stuff that reinforces, your belief in just that. It's like there's got to be more to it. There's got to be more to it than this. There just has to be.
What gets me though is like after my mom died, I figured like somehow I'd get a vision, premonition, something from her because of this connection we had like in life.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing.
No, I take that back once. It was really brief. And but like I figured having that connection all through those years, it would be more than just a 5-minute, hey, that's what drives me nuts. Like, why is it that when we're both alive, we could do this, but like,
or, Jay, I mean, it could be that she is guiding you and will continue to guide you, but, maybe it's kind of like, I hate to say it's like, you don't need her anymore. You don't need her guidance. It's not like that. It's just like, you have a lot to be proud of and stuff. And I mean, she'll always be there, to guide you, I'm sure, in times of, of doubt and hardship and stuff like that. I could see the frustration though, and like maybe hoping that you would have that connection to her, since you had such a connection in life together, that could be her way of saying like, son, you got this. I'm here for you, but I'm not going to make it easy. Just know that you got this.
It's, but also I'm thinking, so I went to see a medium years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the medium was like, I didn't know this person, he didn't know me. Some of the stuff he was pretty close on. And I know that one question I asked, well, how come like, we had such a kind of that paranormal connection in life. How come we don't have it now?
Yeah.
And from what the medium was saying is that my mom's like, I'm trying, but you just can't hear me for whatever reason. Like she's trying to, but I just can't
receive. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that could be true too. Like,
right.
Because they say for you to pick up on paranormal stuff, hey, AK Kelly, serious professional, nice to have you with us here. Always Gwen, Pumpkin Puss, still hanging with us. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Joey, I get that a lot too. Usually, if I have a really off the wall dream, I'll call my brother and I'll just be like, do you have 5 minutes? I just have to tell somebody about this wacky dream I just had, and I hope you don't mind. But yeah, dreams are a mystery, man. Sometimes there's clarity, you wake up and it's like, oh, I get it. I understand what I was dreaming about. And other times I'm just
like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And this is also interesting. It happened. It only happened once. It never happened again. Where it was after my dad passed away. Now my older sister, she's now married, and one eye. She was married, her husband had to go away on because he was in the guard. He had to go. He had to do the yearly maneuvers that he has to go that they had to go and do.
Yeah.
So he was gone. My sister didn't have any of her kids yet, so she's like, "Do you want to come to church with me?" I said, "Well, I have to drop Mom off at work, and then I'll fly by and pick you up." So she went to. There's an apostolic church in Plains, up on a hill. If you're going through the Okies, but you're headed towards say like Pittston, it's on the right hand side.
Okay.
And so that's so I picked my sister up. We went. Now normally we would sit in the back, like on the right hand side in the back, but for some reason she wanted to sit up front, so we sat up front on the left hand side, like maybe about five chairs back, rows back from the preacher. And I'm sitting there. I'm just listening to what he was saying, and my eyes started going fuzzy. Like I had this like fuzzy like everything around the preacher got all fuzzy, but except for the preacher himself, and it looked like two invisible pencils started drawing simultaneously, and all appeared was a pair of angel wings. Now they weren't pure bright, like pure white, like I've always known. It was like dirty white, but they were definitely angel wings. So it was like an angel was standing behind him. I couldn't see the angel, but I saw the wings. And I'm sitting there with this, it felt like it was like forever, but it was like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, not even 5 minutes. And as it appeared, it went away and everything kind of phased back into normal space. And I just have this dumb look on my face. And my sister, she looks at me, she's like, she hits me, she's like, is everything right? I'm like, I honestly don't know. She goes, well, tell me after. She goes, are you okay? I'm like, I think. She's like, tell me when it's almost done. It's okay. So we go out to the car. She's like, what happened? And I said, here's what happened. I told her. She's like, oh yeah, that people said that happened in there before. I'm like, so I'm not crazy. She goes, no, you're not crazy. You definitely saw something. And that's the only time I saw that ever happen. Put people in a trance and anthem.
Yeah.
Wow, Mark, that's something too.
Yeah. Jay, I'm sure we could, probably do a whole segment, we'll get Marshall, Mikey, and Gina up in here. I mean, we could probably fill like hours talking about this stuff because it's just endless. I mean, there's so much unexplainable kind of stuff we've all been through, whether it's a dream, whether it's like a premonition, maybe it's, a paranormal experience, whatever it might be.
And remember,
we've all been there.
They say Easter, Jesus rose from the dead. Did that really happen? Who knows? But that's what we're inclined to believe. And they said he came down from heaven. He was in his form, and he gave sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf. Did it happen? Who knows? I mean, we can say, that never happened, but we can't say it never did either. We don't know.
Yeah. But we weren't there. Who knows? But yeah, Mark, I agree, man. I remember the vibe, I guess, in the theater when my dad and I saw The Passion in theaters. It was, like I said, that was just a heavy movie. It was violent. It was heavy. It was heavy, and it really impacted everyone in the theater. Silent. Yeah.
But it is about 10:30. I got to I got meds I gotta take. But so we're gonna go with a short session tonight. Short therapy session.
Yeah.
But again, everybody out there, happy Easter. Have great food. It's Outside the Box Live for Fred, for me, Steph as she hangs with us always, the Marks, Joey, Jancy, Bells Gam, all you guys. Be blessed, stay safe, happy Easter. We will see you all next week, same time, same YouTube channel.